it's very true that we've come from different histories, okay, and this is something we must align our values on, okay, because our histories sometimes impact us so much that it then takes a life of its own in the marriage. The example you gave at the start, when you're talking about people who were probably impacted growing up, they saw their parents, struggle to make it. For that kind of person to come into marriage with someone who probably was exposed to a lot of affluence. Now you're in that marriage, and your attitude to money, which you have adopted by reason of your background, now begins to cause a lot of friction in the marriage. Now, when we're talking about attitude, I think we talked about consumption. For spenders, they like to, they're prone to, take on the attitude of consumption. They want to just spend, not a bad thing, but it should be managed. Okay. Then we also have the attitude when we're talking about hoarders, and savers. Some savers, security. They have the attitude of security. They just want to know that there is money. If you look into their history, it may be that at some point their parents were exposed to wealth, and then something tragic happened, and they lost all of it. So they saw themselves enjoy money for a period, and then they were at that point where they needed help from extended family members and what have you. Really, really bad feeling for them. So they just want to know that I have money. That's security which comes with it. And there are some people who believe that money should be used to get more money. Okay, we need to grow the money we have. So you can imagine, for somebody like that, you're speaking the language of security. The person doesn't get it. Come on, let's get this money out so we spin it and make more. Okay, but sometimes it could be fatal as well, because we've seen it where some people who always have that disposition are always starting businesses. Oh, it doesn't work, and then the next thing they're saying to you, oh, I just need more time. Okay, or I've just gone for this course, and I tell you something big is coming. There's always something in the future. So with that, it could be a reason for fight in the marriage, because the other person is thinking, I need some security here. Every year you're telling me we need to extend, we need to grow this money, and I can't see signs. Okay, and then of course there are people who we know adopt the attitude of service. They want to serve everyone. They are very philanthropic. Okay, they want to spread the love, take care of people, and sometimes the tendency is that they forget themselves, they forget their family. Okay, sometimes it's to their family suffers for it, which is unfortunate. Okay, so when you see this play out, it's obvious. They have the best intentions as a couple, but they will quarrel, they will clash at some point.
So you can have very happy couples who still quarrel about money, because their background influences how they view the world, how their world view around money. Money itself is amoral. It's neither good nor bad. All right, it takes on the character of the person who's holding it. Okay, so it takes on your character, it takes on your priority, it fulfills your priorities. That's what we're trying to say. So in this situation, your background, seeing your parents fight and quarrel about money, your background, how they think. For example, one of the examples you gave, kind of similar to my story. My parents were well-to-do, and then for some reasons, maybe some errors or something, they lost substantial part of their money. So myself and my younger brother were sent to some extended family to live with. That left an indelible mark on my mind that made me make some conscious decision to know what, I'm going to take my own financial destiny into my own hands, rather than relying on somebody or people that you can't really determine, you can't control how they handle things. All right, so that set me on a trajectory and a journey to self-development, financial independence, financial knowledge, and on like that. So what we're trying to say is that the background will have a massive impact. However, you can also have you can also make your decision. So for example, you might be in a situation by your parents were not well to do, they didn't really teach you financial knowledge, but it doesn't mean that it determines your future. You can now say, you know what, I didn't learn this, but I am now responsible for myself. Going forward, I'm going to go out there and learn from mentors. Find out the people that are multi-millionaire and find out how do they think. How do they manage money? How do they manage their time? How do they invest? begin to ask these questions. Some of them are packaged in books. All right. Many books out there by Dave Ramsey. There's a book by Anthony Robbins, I think, Money Master Plan or something, Money Mastery. Get some of these books. Get The Richest Man in Babylon. Tells you how to begin to save gradually. Richest Man in Babylon. Get the book on Think and Grow Rich. All right. There are so many of these books that teach fundamental principles. The Millionaire Next Door is another powerful book. Rich Dad Poor Dad. The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. A lot of these books will change how you think about money. All right. Your background doesn't have to put your back on the ground when it comes to money. You can use that as a motivating factor to change your future forever. It's up to you if it's going to be.
Oh yes.